Is the 20 most glorious minutes of my life. When I was 17 years old, I went to try out for a professional soccer team. I spent 3 months in a trial period until I finally received the news that I hadn't been accepted. Naturally, I went home crying. But that day marked the beginning of my long journey to become a professional soccer player. My path to becoming a professional soccer player is a story for another time. It took me 15 years moving from one team to another, including my college life. I got a soccer scholarship and I ended up in a little school between Missouri and Illinois. It was a great first experience in this country. But back to the trial period. My house was in the corner of a bus stop. So during that time, I walked there every day and I will sit there and wait for the bus number 11 that took me from the bus stop to the club. The ride lasts about 20 minutes, but for me, it felt like the road to my dreams. After being cut from the team, I no longer had a reason to wait for the bus. Even more, a few months later, my dad gave me my first car, so suddenly I didn't even have a reason to use public transportation anymore. I drove to my school, to the university, to my soccer games, to my soccer practice. I played second and third division soccer, semi-professional soccer teams that kept my dream alive. As the year passed, the same bus stop remained there. Almost every time that I drove around the area, I would glance at it from the corner of my eyes, and nostalgia will hit me hard. Every time that I saw young players waiting there with their bags in their hand, waiting for that bus with that face of emotion and illusion, my heart will ache. I wanted to be one of them again. I wanted to be there sitting waiting for the bus. Even though I was happy playing semi-professional, that memory reminded me how close once I was and how much I still wanted. Over time, I built a solid semi-professional soccer career. It was 15 years balancing soccer with law school first and law practice then. I was like in a comfort routine, in my comfort zone. A good balance between my dream and my reality. Then one day, after one of my games with one of my teams, someone told me that a man on the stands wanted to talk to me. That man turned out to be the coach of a professional soccer team. A professional soccer team that I knew really well. He told me that he was looking to add some players to the roster, so he asked me if I was interested. I told him that I have to ask to my current club. They gave me the green light, so later that day I communicated him my response. At that time, I was 33 years old. I no longer need a tryout. My 15 years of semi-pro soccer career spoke by themselves. So he told me to report next week to the club, to sign my contract, to join the team, and to start practicing. You will think that that moment is the highlight of my story. Finally becoming a professional soccer player, everything that I wanted. But the real magic was about to come. The day that I had to report to the club, I woke up anxious, nervous, overjoyed. It was the most anticipated day of my life. As I was about to get into my car, something stopped me. My house was in the same location. The bus stop was in the same location. So I wanted to live the full experience. I couldn't just drive there. So I left the car and I start walking. And with every step, my heart beat faster. I was walking the same path after 15 years. I wasn't even sure if the route of the bus was still the same. 15 years I didn't use public transportation, but I had to give it a try. So I got there. I took a seat. And while I was waiting, I looked around and I thought about the many times that I drove around the area. And I saw those young players. And I wanted to be one of them. And now I was one of them. I wasn't that young anymore. But I'm pretty sure that I couldn't see my face. But I'm pretty sure that my face was brightening with my soccer bag in my hand. And I wait. A few minutes later, yes, I saw the most beautiful number 11 bus coming that I have ever seen in my life. What I felt when I saw that bus coming is, of course, impossible to explain. How something as normal as the approaching of a bus can be at the same time as meaningful. So the bus arrived, the doors open, and as soon as I step inside, I start crying. As you can imagine, no quiet tears. I was actually sobbing. 15 years of effort, disappointment, doubt, persistence came pouring out. It was as if every setback had finally found its purpose. That ride, those 20 minutes from the bus stop to the club, they were not just another commute. They were, maybe until the day I become a father, they were the 20 most glorious and emotional minutes I have ever had in my life. The culmination of everything I had worked for. What came next? The training, the first day of practice, the first game, the signing of the contract, the TV, the newspaper, the magazine, the soccer life is another story. But that bus ride will forever remain the symbol of my dream fulfilled. The perfect circle between a 17 years old heartbreak and a 33 years old redemption. The proof that at least once in a lifetime, we can go back on time and we can rewrite a story and finish it the way that we originally wanted, the way that we originally dreamed. Thank you.